Thinking too much can cause your corners to collapse on your head. Jay and Joey capitalize. Just had to emphasize that you can't get caught up in people's eyes. See through the disguise. Treat them like Jesus do. Offer up some Jesus juice. The truth will come out soon. Over the table, over some food. Got nothing to prove. That's how lose. Your lives be under the news. Don't stack too much weight on that plate. If you can't appreciate the normal individuals you meet in life every day. God has a mysterious way, or at least that's what everyone say. That's crazy. I just thought that was funny.
Do what?
That you said tamales, because there's a fucking problem with underpaid workers when it comes to like these immigrants, man.
What's the problem?
That they just know that they're immigrants and they'll fucking hire them and they won't pay them what they're worth.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
no
Trump
American
did something
wants to
like
roll
that too.
tamales all day.
For sure.
Do you?
But I think fuck no.
You don't even want to work for the post office. Come on, dude.
That's different though. That's different, Jimmy.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
I don't want to do any of those jobs either.
But I'm pretty sure Trump hired a bunch of illegal immigrants. Yeah, but the difference between me and them is that I could demand pay. Like I can demand to get paid somewhat decent compared to them. They might like work them to death, and then they get deported.
You demand pay for a job that they don't like. You don't even want to do the job they want to do for even a good wage. So if they're not here, who's gonna do it?
Other Americans.
No, that's like the white people that hate Mexicans and then they want to live in a nice house. It's like the only people that build houses, and I do mean the only motherfuckers that build houses, are Mexicans. Black people don't build houses. White people don't build houses. Asians don't build houses. And Arabs and any other race you can. The only people that build houses are Mexicans and Latin Americans of other countries, but they're all Latin Americans. That's the only people that build houses.
But that's in America.
I know, but that's just going to show that the minority, the illegal workforce that's coming from the country that's a little bit more impoverished, fuck that word up, but like they're a little bit more in poverty, so they come here, they're willing to work for a lower wage. They're the only ones that'll do these hard jobs that no one else wants to do. No one else wants to do those jobs.
Well, it's because all these like corporations are trying to do it for cheap.
Yeah.
Instead of the right way.
Corporate greed, yeah.
But hey, I mean, Trump is a good example of that as well. I just sent you another link through Discord.
But hey, man, he's a businessman. That's not as bad as a politician. Hey, listen, hey.
I remember a story about Trump hiring a bunch of illegal immigrants and hiring them for $4 an hour.
Yeah.
And it's right here on the Newsweek.
He's done it all, hasn't he?
And he wants to get rid of all these workers. Shit, he might let them in.
He might not care that they're in. Like he's saying that he cares, but he really doesn't. You ever think of that? Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna go on this next year, 2025. Be ready. Start buying cans of beans and corn and potatoes and start your own farms.
2024, baby.
2024, wild year.
All right, let's see. I got another one. This one's about when this guy asked her about Biden being unstable.
Let me ask you this, Madam Vice President. You call Donald Trump.
The significance of that.
You call Donald Trump. He's misguided. You say now
he's unstable. He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties?
He said Biden was running circles around the staff. And she's going to claim that Trump is unstable? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Joe Biden.
I hate dementia, bro. Dementia is such a terrible disease. I definitely feel bad for Joe Biden. I mean, he can barely hold himself together, but I just hope he lives the rest of his years happy.
Yeah, it's just
stay away
crazy how they both criticize the other side and don't have any faults of their own.
It's crazy they have an old man like that working in office. Like once signs of dementia show, I mean, I think we as a nation need to come together and work on a way of replacing him. I mean, they already did, right, with Kamala.
Yeah, but do you agree with
Would
the
you
way
say
they did it?
like just using him as a sheep or what?
Just leaving him in there for so long.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Because they did that so that Kamala wouldn't have to run against other competitors in the primaries.
Mm. Oh, yeah, because Joe, like, yeah, you're right.
Because he was the one taking over. Because when the president that's in decides to run again, there is no primary. He just automatically gets it. But if he is not going to run again, then they have a primary, and the vice president has to compete with other people. But they didn't make her compete with anybody else because the last time they had a primary, when she went against Biden and others in 2020, she lost in the primaries terribly because people liked other people better than her. So that's a lot of people on the right are being like, hold up, that seems weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I just thought there's a little bit more to this clip. We'll let it play out.
Stable.
He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally
and she's talking
not
about
stable?
Trump right now.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation
Wow, she's not going to answer that.
And he has
She's
the
pulling the
judgment
wig or the weave.
and the experience
Yeah, for real.
experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised.
She pulled a play from Donald Trump's playbook right there.
Yeah, she's weaving.
Biden is not on the ballot.
I understand.
And Donald Trump
but
is.
You talked about it.
And Donald Trump
After George Clooney said within a few minutes of talking to President Biden at a fundraiser that he thought this was not.
Because that was a big moment for Democrats on a big level. They went to some like big time fundraiser in Hollywood where all the celebrities go to give, basically for the president or the nominee that year to say, here's what I'm going to do the next 4 years. Here's why you should support me, even though it's almost like a foregone conclusion that they're going to. It's like a formality. They go to the dinner. They tell them what they're going to do. They kiss everyone's ass. They rub shoulders. At that dinner, Biden was like gonzo to the point where George Clooney was like, what the heck? And even if this is all planned out, if you believe that it's not planned out and it's legitimate, the Democrats on a big level are like, okay, if someone like George Clooney is like, what the heck? It's like that. For some reason, that was like a big moment for them. That was like a big moment because they're like, okay, someone with a lot of notoriety is speaking up finally. You know what I mean?
Like he's not like letting it slide.
Yeah, someone big finally said it. You know, to me, and like if me and you don't care about a celebrity, but people that are buying into everything, they do care about what celebrities say somewhat. You know, that's why all these celebrities are endorsing Kamala and all this. So,
like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but anyway, that was a big deal for them.
You think Swifties are a big problem?
I don't know. I really don't know too much about them, honestly. There's nothing wrong with like
you know what's
like
you know
music,
you know what Swifties are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who cares?
Apparently, like. I was talking to a friend today and he was like, yeah, I hate Swifties. They're all Kamala voters. And I was like, I started laughing my ass off. Because some people do stand with their celebrity fucking idol or whatever.
Yeah. They're probably all
It's weird
feminists.
It's weird that they're idling a celebrity over God nowadays.
They don't believe in God.
That's how yeah. It's such a sad world we live in.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like when they talk about the end times, it's never seemed more real. Like,
do you think everyone thinks that though?
Fuck no, they're just being so oblivious to it. They're trying to like.
But my dad said when he was a kid, they said that too. Like, oh, the world's getting real bad and it's gonna end soon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have Ukraine and Russia fucking fighting in wars.
Well, they had World War I and II back then. They probably thought shit was about to get real as fuck back then.
Oh shit! Yeah, your dad's a little older than I thought.
He's not. I'm saying that's old before his time. But like back then, in that time, they probably thought shit was gonna go down. And then like after that, he was coming up in like I believe the 80s, and he said back then like the old heads would always say, like the religious people would always be like, "Oh yeah, it's getting close to the end times. You never know, it's getting bad."
Or maybe they started noticing that fucking this generation was just being fucked up,
Yeah, maybe.
and
They
they
always
noticed
think that
how
about the younger generation though.
they probably noticed how expensive everything was getting and how
What do you think the
like
hippie movement was about?
being more free and shit.
Yeah, but it was about them waking up, realizing how much the government was fucking us, realizing how much no one cared about each other. Hippies are about peace and love, man, and not trusting the government. So it's like those ideas have come before where they think, oh, it's getting fucked. Like if we don't make a change, like now, that's what the hippie was like an extreme push against the government, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what about like the fucking Boston Tea Party, the Boston Tea Party,
What was
like the
that?
revolutionists? Like, would you consider them hippies?
No.
Like they started getting taxed on certain things and they fucking threw arms.
Yeah.
Like they probably saw how shit was getting and they weren't gonna let it slide.
Yeah,
But
but that's a
nowadays we
little
just let it
different.
slide.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure. I don't know, man. It's fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah, no one believes in anything anymore.
Yeah, no one's willing to like make change or stand up.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, like, what can we do? Like, even if we get a rally together or like people to fight back, I mean, it's gonna result in a lot
You
of
can't do
deaths.
anything if you don't believe you can.
I guess you're right, man. I
That's
guess we
like
gotta
every
stay
time we go play
positive.
basketball, I just want you to believe in your mind that you're just gonna lose anyway. That way
Yeah,
I could
you're
just
right.
win. I mean, do you do that
That's
though?
how.
No, every time you go out there, you're like, I have just as good a chance to win as Logan, if not better. Like I've been practicing, da 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 da. Like maybe not now, but like back in the day when we were going all the time, neither one of us was gonna go out there to play and be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna lose today. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
But like that's how we all are in life. Like, oh, I guess I'm just not gonna really stand up for what I believe in. It's like I'm agreeing with what you were saying before, but it's like we don't take that approach with everything. So it's just interesting with the most important things that we do.
I guess the government has just made it so like unrealistic for us to be able to do like commit any change or like
Yeah.
make any change.
The first bit of change would be I guess I don't know if we talked about it, but I know it was in the video with Duncan where like over like what is it, over a third of people don't vote. So if we could like get more people to not vote and then we could get those people to agree on like because they already agree about not voting. Now if we could get all those people to you start getting at least over a third of the people to start agreeing on common sense stuff, and then that would be like a strong, like, you actually have to do like, yeah, you just have to get those people that don't agree on voting to all agree on other stuff, and then you would have who knows what you could accomplish. You know what I mean?
See, but like common sense can't be taught to people.
Yeah, that's a good argument to be
Like
had.
like I know you have really good common sense and like your brother and me and a lot of our friends, but like we also know some people that don't have that good of common sense.
Yeah,
And we're like, what the fuck?
yeah, that's a good
And I'm
point.
pretty sure there's been a lot of girls you've had in the past that would really grind your gears on certain things. Or they wouldn't understand like certain situations. I mean, we've also been there. We've had some moments where we didn't have a lot of common sense. And we learn from it. But
Yeah.
eventually, I think we as the people are gonna wake up and we're gonna learn from our mistakes and we're gonna have common sense if we want to survive the near future.
Yeah.
Because shit's getting real with North Korea and Russia and Kim Jong Un sending missiles. Like they're actually landing and they're actually hitting. So
Where?
North Korea traded a bunch of soldiers to fucking Russia just to have them get killed. And yeah, because they're doing some like that beach, Normandy Beach, where they stormed it,
Yeah.
and the game plan was to have soldiers just run at the soldiers nonstop, to have them get tired, run out of ammo, and eventually like break through. And that is what happened.
Yeah, that is the
So
stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Exactly, because they're just throwing lives away. So what Kim Jong-un did is he got a bunch of men, forced them to like be in the military, and then sent them with no training whatsoever. Sent them over, and Putin didn't even invest into any training, and he just started sending them at Ukraine.
Oh.
And they all got massacred. But North Korea got a bunch of missiles and a bunch of new technology to help them like security up. Yeah. I can try to find a leak for you. But if you want to play the rest of that video,
Okay.
Kamala.
Let's see.
You were asked on 60 Minutes about the biggest threat that the world faces, that the U.S. faces. This is what you said.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest
Have we been
priorities.
shitting on them for the past 20 years already?
No, there's a reason why they're like fighting so hard for that
No, there's not.
territory.
We have been shitting on Iraq and Iran for the past 20 years since 9/11 and Afghanistan. We've been fucking them in the ass with our military. And now we're like, we got to make sure they can't get nuclear. We've been doing that for 20 fucking years. Why are we so responsible for Israel's protection? How about this? Fuck Israel. Fuck them in the ass. Fuck them. Who cares? Am I the only one that has the balls to say that? Who gives a fuck? Why are we responsible for them? Let them fight their own battles. They don't give a rat's ass about us.
It's just like, are we going to let these people get massacred? Are we going to let them
When
get taken
9/11
over?
happened, they didn't do anything for us. I never heard anything. Dude, Israel's pathetic. They don't do anything to help us. Nah,
But that's
I'm done with, they act like they're better than now. They act like they're God's people and they just need all, like, it's weird. It's so weird. Explain to me why we should help them.
Because they're people just like us, man.
Just like the people in Iran. Why aren't we helping them?
Because they're trying to fucking rape these people.
How do you know that they say that Israel's trying to do that to them? How do you know which side to pick? We don't even know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I guess
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Nothing like they do it over there is nothing. I mean, some of the basic stuff like breathing and eating and sleeping, but like everything else, they don't do it like we do it over here. You like people think they care about Israel or think they care about Gaza or think they care about Iran. No, you don't. You wouldn't last 2 weeks. You wouldn't want to be over there more than 2 weeks. You'd be begging to come home.
Because it's a whole different world.
It's a whole different world, dude. Like, I don't know. It hurts me when, like we've talked about before, like we have enough problems over here and we're just sending all this money. And then like with Israel, it doesn't seem to be reciprocated it doesn't seem like, and I'm not talking about all their people. I'm talking about their leadership. Their leadership doesn't seem to give a fuck about us. So like, why do we care about, like, why should our leadership care? Our leadership acts like we owe them something like huge. I just
We're
don't
probably,
get it.
I think we're controlling them.
I think
Like,
they're
we're actually
controlling us. Debo got
There's no
mind
way.
control on us.
Like maybe the money
Oh.
is flowing into the politicians' pockets,
Maybe.
and that's why we're helping them so much.
Yeah, probably.
But
Something.
also,
I don't know.
there could be some sort of like strategic reason why we are protecting that piece of land.
Oh,
so
yeah,
much.
there's something going on. I got
Like whether it be oil, whether it be resources, whether it be some sort of something, something. Or maybe it's because we have missiles there that we don't know about, or some sort of base of operations, or that's our first line of the defense when it comes to World War III. Maybe that's why we're so invested into that piece of land.
If World War III happens and all hell breaks loose, who's going to be able to control what happens?
The higher powers.
But even is any one of them even going to be able to control it? If there's multiple higher powers and they're all fucking trying to kill each other, who's going to be able to really control what happens?
They're not gonna use nukes, bro.
Who's going to control what happens?
The mother countries, Russia, China, U.S.
But there's still just multiple people, so no one thing controls what happens. So you're trying to say they're trying to prevent this, they're trying to prevent World War II. It's like, bro, what's going to happen is going to happen. If there's all this evil intentions about World War III is going to pop at any second, you're not going to save it by, like, I don't know. I think people get too wrapped up in, like, oh, we got to save Israel because, like, it's like, dude, it's going to happen already.
War is gonna be automated. You know, like the Terminator.
I mean, maybe.
How they have like, no, dude, for real. I've been like keeping up with it, and they're starting to send drones into Russia to fight. But now, and then Russia's combating that with these jammers. But now they're making it so it's AI instead of humans, so there's no issues. You get me?
Soon they're going to be fighting a war, air quotes, and we
automated.
won't even know it. They're just
It'll
going to
be
lie.
automated,
They'll be able to just lie about it. Yeah, we're fighting a war. Trust us, it's all drones and automated. We're fighting it. But trust me, we're sending money somewhere. Yeah, kiss my ass.
It's gonna be robots fighting robots.
It's going to be fake as fuck, just like it already is.
Oh, okay. I see where you're coming from.
Hold on. How do you even know there's a war going on over there?
Because the footage.
But you haven't been over there.
You're right. I haven't been over
I'm just saying, like, there's people over there. It's hard to lie about that thing because there's social media everywhere and there's people that live over and et cetera, et cetera. But what if it gets to the point, like you're saying, where they're sending drones and they're stopping those drones with EMP jammers that are controlled by AI, and the drones are controlled by AI, and it's all just AI. Eventually, they can just lie and say, yeah, there's a war. They can tell everybody, yeah, there's a war going on somewhere in the sky with drones and AI. It's going on, but no one has ever, like, it's just getting to the point where they can just almost make up anything, and how the fuck do we know what's real?
Yeah.
It's already to that point now, but it's really about to get to that point. How do you even know what's real anymore? All right, I'm gonna let this play out.
A number of experts thought you would say China. The FBI director had said that. But you said Iran. If that's the case, what do you say to critics who look at the actions of your administration and say you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat?
Jeez. They just want them to take out Iran because that's Israel's main threat. But it's like, that was such like a public lashing for her. Like, oh, you said the wrong thing. But or even though you said something was the right thing, you're not doing that enough. How come you're not protecting Israel enough? It's gross. So gross. All right. Here's the Shannon Sharp one. I have several timestamps from this one. Let's see.
I have a quick little short in the Discord if you want to show it off real quick.
Okay.
Before we get off the Kim Jong-un topic.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is sending his troops on a mission unlike anything they have done before. About 3,000 North Koreans are being trained at 3 sites in Russia, U.S. officials have said, with South Korea saying as many as 12,000 North Korean soldiers are headed to Russia to help Vladimir Putin with his war on Ukraine. The deployment is the first time that North Koreans could be battle-tested since fighting ended more than 70 years ago in the Korean War. The deployment gives Kim the chance to test his arms and tactics on an adversary that uses weapons similar to what its greatest foe uses in South Korea. It also marks a new stage in the cooperation between Kim and Putin, which has included Pyongyang sending millions of rounds of artillery to Moscow to aid in its war. In exchange, Russia has provided aid that's propped up North Korea's economy and technology that's helped Kim develop his weapons. The U.S. and South Korea have said. Moscow and Pyongyang have
denied the allegations.
Like, our soldiers just showed up there. It's like,
oh man.
And he sent untrained soldiers, so he sent like all the noobs over, like all the scrubs, because he knew they were just gonna be fucking killed.
Because the war in Ukraine is a sham, dude. Everyone knows that. That's been reported many times.
Like it's fake.
There's a lot of things that don't smell right about it. But anyway.
Yeah.
There's Black Ops 6 has been getting a lot of push, dude.
Yeah, they want us to be fucking shooting and killing each other online.
I've been doing it for 10 plus years, and I ain't gonna stop now. I ain't never gonna stop. William Montgomery, baby. I miss him on Kill Tony. Speaking of Kill Tony, shout out Kill Tony, repping Texas. I don't give a fuck if anybody's hating on him right now.
Hey, you know what?
Y'all a bunch of sensitive pussies.
For real, for real. One of my friends, he was like, he voted for Kamala because the Tony joke that he made on Trump's little
Yeah, because you're a fucking pussy. And then Trump was like, yeah, I don't know who that guy is. I didn't authorize that. That's like,
really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't hear that. I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, Trump doesn't want to be associated with that. It's crooked. It's just the way he can deny it. But it's funny because, like, I've never seen an ad in the middle of a Joe Rogan video ever. And I'm pretty sure I just saw, I want to say it was the Trump interview. I could be wrong. I am almost certain I saw him play an ad during his YouTube video or his interview. And I think it was the Call of Duty one. You didn't see it?
Nah.
I saw a Call of Duty ad somewhere. Oh, well. There's definitely, like, a shitload in this video. So, anyway, we'll watch the first one and then just to see how weird it is.
Thank you.
Duty calls for some Call of Duty. Go and play some Black Ops 6. I'll take it from here. Thank you. Yes, every vote counts, sir. Who's next? Who's next? Oops. Ooh. And one for your son. Here you go. Hey, come back here. Hey, what's his name?
Pop-Tart.
Henry? Scratch and sniff. The smell of freedom.
What? Where's the gameplay?
That was such a
Where
weird
the fuck's
ad, right?
Where's the gameplay?
That's how botted they think we are.
What the I'm not. That makes me not want to buy the game. And you know what's lame as fuck? The fucking stickers. I've seen everybody post that fucking sticker on Instagram, Facebook.
Just go vote.
Snapchat. It's like, oh, I voted. Look at my sticker. It's like, fuck off with that sticker. Go vote.
Just go vote, Joey.
Scratch and sniff, baby.
Have you seen my Just Go Vote video?
No, I haven't.
No, you're lying. The guy that ran for mayor in Lockhart?
Yes, I saw it. You showed it to me.
Should we feature it on the channel?
We used it on one of our.
Oh, we already.
Yeah, show them what we're talking about real quick.
Should we?
Yeah. Will it take long?
I don't think so.
So there's this guy in Logan's hometown that ran for mayor, and he was just trying to encourage people to go vote.
Yeah.
But he just kept repeating, "Go vote, go vote."
Yeah,
I just want you to vote.
Pretty botted. Let me pull it up real quick.
I like when they encourage you to go vote, but people that want to vote are gonna go vote.
And he just had nothing else to say other than that one thing. It was pretty comical, honestly. It's like, okay, bro, like, if you don't have one other thing to offer, I don't want you repeatedly just hammering that down because that's not really doing it for me. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, here it is. So this is comical.
Hey, good afternoon, Facebook. It's Monday, October 26th. Cold weather is here again. I'm just going out to pass out my cards again. Should have a good time with the breeze. Trying to keep these on, people's porches. Like I said, limiting and distance, social distancing as much as I can.
He's trying to be down with the fucking botted shit. He can barely get it out.
I just want to let you know that we've got 8 days left. You have voting today till 7 o'clock at the Scott Annex. So if you have some time, go out there and cast your vote, and hopefully you'll cast it for me.
Hopefully.
Boy, he convinced me.
It's just like, bro, if you're gonna do a video like this, do it inside.
And you gotta, the wind's fucking it up, and he's not confident. He's like, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, no.
It's like, dude,
this COVID shit, he's breaking us apart. I need y'all to go vote. We're gonna change it. Like, we're gonna open up our bars. We're gonna open up the food. we're gonna make stuff affordable.
He says something
like,
kind of like that, but it's just yeah. Here, I'll let it play out.
Next mayor here at the city of Lockhart. I know a lot of y'all are saying, good things and well wishes and your prayers and support. But if you haven't voted, go vote. You need to vote. I mean, I'm only here telling you what I can
repeating
do.
It.
But you have to. But if without your vote,
what's gonna be a reality?
So I need your help. I need your support. If you haven't gone to vote, go vote. Pretty much, I'm trying to work for you.
Pretty much, I'm trying to work for you. Yeah, I bet.
he wants a fat paycheck.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
He just wants to sit home all fucking day in the office.
Yes, isn't that what we all want? But damn, don't act like you're a hero.
Since a place at the table, make government open and work for you. I know a lot of people say, well.
That's funny. Government, other than maybe like keeping the roads good, I don't think government's ever worked for me. That is the one thing I can think of that they do pretty decent, and that's arguable on like the interstate and stuff. But like,
you know what the government does really well?
What? Tax?
Your taxes.
Yeah, they do that really well.
They keep track of your taxes and make sure you're paying them.
Anyway, other people probably won't find this as funny as I do and we do because this is my hometown. But anyway, it's just people get with this repetitive go vote, go vote, go vote, and they're not even saying I could play the rest of this video and he never does tell you anything he's gonna do. So it's just kind of comical. But anyway, yeah, that's the spiel on that.
And we use that in one of our songs as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard that the other day, and it fits in there so well. Or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes with the song, but it doesn't not go with it, and it kind of comes off like it goes with the beat.
You should use that song as the intro for this video.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And the outro.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say before we jump in the Shannon and Kamala interview is there are a few parts where they talk about some good, like actual positive stuff that I liked, but just by nature, like we're not gonna go over that because that's not like we could talk about it, but it's not the juicy drama stuff or the stuff that that's gonna get the most clicks and views. I do talk about some stuff that I am in favor of, though. I do have some stuff timestamped that I do agree with her on, so it's not all hate and like anti stuff. But just in the beginning, I wanted to put a few more like things that she does say that are good that I don't necessarily have timestamped. She mentions about having like a good family and community, and I think she does that a lot. It's almost like I feel like something that people bring up a lot and like joke about that she says that too much, but that is something that is good, and she brings it up here. So I just wanted to like shout that out. And then another thing she says is believe in yourself and don't let boundaries hold you back. And it's cheesy, cliche, but it is true, and it is, I think, overall good to have like at least some positive messages from the candidate. So I will give her some credit before I start ripping her. But
that's her whole selling point.
Yeah, trying to be like a good person like that. But
stay woke, stay woke. She's hip, she's young, she's fresh. Stay woke.
Yeah.
How many views does it have, the video?
It has 1.5 million.
Wow. And how long ago was it?
5 days.
Wow.
So I will say this whole thing with Shannon leaking the sex tape on Instagram, and maybe most people don't know, but there was some rumors going around that he may or may not be gay. But you tell me what kind of, and I don't give a damn. Well,
I'm surprised Kamala went on there over Joe Rogan.
I'm not. It's protection.
But this guy is a sellout. Like, he's willing to go
even more than Joe. Yeah. Because you're gonna see they get together on the race thing and they chum up, and I'm gonna have several points where they get to holding black hands and making it about race when it doesn't need to be.
And they can use all the information against him that they have on him.
And then this is like, I don't care how you want to live your life, but I do care when you lie about it and there's an agenda to brainwash the kids. And I could talk for 30 minutes about it, but you tell me what kind of straight man wears pants like that.
Real tight.
I'll wait.
And no socks.
Yeah, straight men don't dress like that. So if you're gay, come out and be gay. But why are you hiding it? Because, like, I don't know. Like I said, I could go on and on about that. But I just think.
Is that alcohol they have?
Oh yeah, he has
Whiskey?
alcohol every show, but she doesn't drink.
Oh, okay.
So okay, let's get it started.
I'm surprised they're using the president or the future president or maybe future president of the United States to advertise alcohol on their show.
Oh yeah, and Black Ops. Don't forget about that.
Black Ops 6, that's wild. That is
Yeah.
wild. How far they have fallen.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
I could talk fucking 50 minutes about that.
yeah. I thought it was interesting. I am not as up on Shannon Sharp's podcast. I'm not sure if they use the Nipsey Hussle song on every intro, but I noticed the Nipsey. I'm assuming they do, but I just thought it was interesting. Nipsey's dead, and now who knows if he would really support what's going on here, and it's almost like he can't control it. Like they're just using his music, and it's interesting. It's almost like kind of giving them a little bit of street cred and like co-signing or aligning themselves with Nipsey, but it's like, I don't know, it's just a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very weird.
I'm not gonna play much more because I definitely don't want to get copyright on that. But I just,
Oh, that's definitely gonna get copyrighted. Skip the intro now.
yeah, I played like 1 second of it. So, and if it gets copyrighted on YouTube, I can clip that out too after I already post it. So I'm not too worried.
Fucking Sony. Fuck you, Sony.
Let's see, 3.
Found out when President Biden called you and said that he was no longer going to seek re-election.
Yeah.
And you got that call. Do you
Where do you
remember
think Kamala
where
was
you
when
were
she got
and
the call, Joey? That Biden was not gonna run.
In the office, in the presidential office, already running the country.
You cannot be more wrong.
what you thought when you heard him say these words to you?
I do. So I was home. It was a Sunday afternoon. And my niece, her husband, and their 2 young daughters were visiting and staying with us. And I promised the kids I'd have pancakes and bacon and everything.
Okay.
Pancakes and
then
bacon.
After
Woo!
that, I had a puzzle for the kids, and we were
This is
sitting
the
down to
vice
do the
president
puzzle.
of the country, and what she's doing on a Sunday is bacon and pancakes and a puzzle. Is this what we're getting out of our tax dollars, really?
She's living her best life.
Yeah.
And the phone
This is
rang.
going to be important earlier because she's acting like she has a Sunday where she's just not doing anything. She's just chilling and relaxing the whole Sunday. And then there's a little clip later where I'm going to break down some stuff, but she's going to say she just doesn't have a second to spare and she's just so damn busy all the time. It's like, well, which is it? But I just thought it was kind of funny that, like, when she got the call, she was just, like, doing the most basic average American thing ever, which is just, like, I feel like she always tries to do that, like you were saying earlier. That's, like, her shtick. She tries to, like, be super, like, she tries too hard to be relatable, and it misses the point. It misses the mark,
Bro,
rather.
she's really girly, bro. Like, really girly.
Not even really, just ditzy.
And it was President Biden. And so that's when he told me. And it was obviously life-changing in so many.
From that one, let's go to.
But like presidents are supposed to be like on the grind
10,000.
24/7.
Yeah, you would think
Like,
she'd be
keeping
doing a
up.
little something more than that. Especially with it being
Yeah.
campaign season. Like, y'all are gearing up to. He's running again. Like, y'all should be on the campaign trail. You should be, like. You're not doing.
Like on tour. Like
something,
fucking
like,
touring.
you're
Like,
just,
yeah,
"Oh,
all
no,
the time.
Pancakes and bacon. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how soon? Yeah, no, that's just like dumb to say.
It's just like I expect the president to
So
work
people
overtime for the
showing
American
up.
people.
Yeah.
And she's already like having breakfast in bed. Do you know?
And then doing a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like use that brain for something else.
Making calls to folks. Just now I landed in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta, who greets me every single
Who
time.
cares?
So I'll talk with elected leaders who are supportive about, so for example, here in Atlanta, what do we need to do to make sure that we're giving folks the resources to knock on doors and remind folks
I
of
feel
the
like
power
you
of their
said
voice?
maybe a couple of episodes ago that, like, knocking on doors at this point seems like such a waste of time and resources, aka money. Like, bro, everyone should be informed and have their decision made with the fact that there's online stuff available. Like, everyone pretty much has a smartphone, and like if you're not informed about who you're voting for, and like going to rallies on your own, they don't need to come find you. That is a waste of fucking time and money. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, the whole knocking on doors situation
seems played.
Old. I mean, just use the mail office, bro.
If you're that out of touch, then don't freaking vote. Or fucking it's on you to figure it out. They can't be coming to find you. Like that's just the fact that she said that is just like, what the hell? Like, and you think she's saying it like it's a good thing. It's like, that sounds like dumb as hell to me.
I've gotten text messages on my phone.
So have I, and I've never given them out to anyone. So obviously
they
y'all have
better
other resources.
Like,
come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was dumb.
But we grew up in the 70s when music went in fire. Ohio players.
Oh yes, fire.
It's funny because when he said that Ohio player type shit, I heard Devin the Dude say that line before, and I never knew what he was. It just like triggered a rap lyric, but I wanted to say like she's already like has the famous thing like a year or two ago when she said that Tupac was her favorite rapper, and then like a month or two ago she said that she jammed Tupac in college, and they went back and like looked it up, and he wasn't even popular at that time. Like he hadn't even came out yet, or like not like came out, but like he wasn't even an artist yet. Like, so it's like she's lied twice about listening to Tupac. Essentially, haven't the media and her handlers and like the people around her figured out that like asking her questions about music is like not a good. She doesn't relate well with that. It's not a good like. But yeah, here he is, Shannon, asking her a question about like what kind of music do you listen to, and she's gonna bomb again.
Past that real quick, but you drew attention to it. But we grew up in the 70s when music went in fire. Ohio players.
Oh yes, fire. Come on.
Oh, you were like fire.
Come on.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Golly, that laugh is a million.
What do you
just a winner?
Listen to now?
Oh,
Crickets.
I wish I were listening to more music, to be honest with you, because I love it. Just
music just
but when
gets to
downtown,
her,
like, when you
it's
have-
so good for her, but she just can't think of one fucking song that's new that she likes. It's like what?
Downtime?
No
I don't have any
downtime.
really.
She has time for pancakes and bacon and puzzles, but no downtime.
Yeah, she's capping.
look at her. Like what?
She'll take a vacation whenever she gets a chance.
Oh, I wish I were listening to more music, to be honest with you, because I love
It just what? You don't even have a word. You
have downtime, like when you have downtime.
I don't have any
downtime.
downtime. Oh my goodness, this woman.
She wants to say girl time.
You just don't have any good taste in music, and you don't relate to music, which is sad because, especially with young people, a lot of young people really do fuck with like music heavily, and it gets them through rough times and it makes them feel something. So it's like that would be a winning. The left knows that if you could name even one or two decent popular songs, that would be a winning thing for you. But you can't just make up like a Cardi B song or a Beyonce song. These are people that have endorsed you. You can't even lie like half-ass. Like it's just like wow, this is sad.
Just sad.
Let's see. We got one. This next one's a pretty good bunch of clips about the economy coming up. So
That will change what will happen if you were to become president, say in the next 12 to 13 days. Polls suggest that voters trust President Trump, former President Trump, more on the economy. What can you tell the voters, our viewing audience, our listening audience, that if you were to become president, wow, Madam VP Kamala Harris will be much better on the economy than what President Trump was?
Well, so I'm really glad you brought that up, Shannon. So
her about how she's going to be better and what she's going to do.
First of all, let's clear up certain myths.
Okay.
You know those checks that went out?
Yes. Those skimmies?
Right. Right.
Stimulus check.
Yeah, I know. Well, right. Yes. Yes.
We got to be for stimulus, but they call them stimmy. It's okay.
The reason those came about is because there was a Democratic majority in the House of Representatives and Congress.
Mm-hmm.
People like
So she's
Maxine
giving the
Waters.
Democrats
People.
credit for the stimulus checks. What do you think about that?
I mean, Trump's the one that pushed it, didn't he?
They came out when he was president, but that doesn't necessarily she could be right, but I don't think those were even good for our economy. So I would that would be a negative for me. So it's just funny that she's fighting for her side to get credit for that, which in my book, that's like a negative against whoever claims that one. You know what I mean?
That was like a rare occurrence. I don't think they'll ever give money out like that ever again.
I think that was a pretty rare thing as well.
People like Hakeem Jeffries, right?
Yes.
Who did the work of pushing to say, people need help right now and we need to send out checks. There was a whole lot of opposition to it, including from Donald Trump's White House.
Yes, even him. I think he was resistant to it at first.
Yes. That's why those checks, remember, Congress holds the purse.
Yes.
So really, Congress wrote those checks. But then Donald Trump, unlike any president before or after, decided he put his name on
I don't remember him
those
ever really
checks.
talking about him much. Do you?
Yeah, I remember him saying like,
Okay.
"So look what I did for the American people."
Yeah. He talked about the
Some shit
economy
like
being
that.
great, but I don't ever remember him specifically mentioning like the stimulus checks. But I just thought that was an interesting little thing.
So therefore, people thought.
So people thought Donald Trump gave me that check. And so let's clear that up first and foremost.
Okay.
But let's also deal with where he was in terms of his policies on the economy. He gave the biggest tax cuts for billionaires and the biggest corporations, which caused an incredible deficit. He tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, which we also call Obamacare, which benefited so many people, including and in particular Black people in America who otherwise were denied by the insurance companies.
I guess that was the kind of thing I wanted to highlight, that Trump wanted to get rid of Obamacare, but I don't know. That to my knowledge, that didn't really seem to make healthcare any better for me. Like, I don't know.
Coverage because of pre-existing
Either
conditions.
your job has
That's
it, and
most
you
important.
get it when you have a good job, or you have to pay
Fight
when you
for it.
go. Like, I don't know. That's always what it was for me. So I don't know.
Let the people know.
Right?
With a Affordable Care Act, if you have a pre-existing condition, insurance companies can no longer deny you coverage.
That's exactly right. And if you think about what that means in the context of also knowing the big health disparities we have in the Black community, and how more likely, therefore, Black folks might be to have pre-existing conditions.
High blood pressure, diabetes,
all of
certain
that.
cancers.
All of that.
Yes.
Asthma for our children.
Yes. Sickle cell trait.
It's all of that. So by getting rid of the pre-existing condition ban, what that did, but he wanted to get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
What we have done, and part of my policies going forward include what we need to do to not only retain the cap that we got on insulin at $35 a month for seniors. By the way, Black folks are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes.
Correct.
He wants to get rid of it with that Project 2025. Everybody needs to check that out.
What do you? But they keep trying to pin that on him. I thought that was
What is Project 2025?
It's basically I guess I don't know that much about it, but I guess it was like a plan created by Republicans, and it was supposed to be like if the Republicans won and got in power, some things they would do. But I think it's like a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, I don't know. The Democrats make it seem like a horror list of like bad things they would do. I really haven't looked into it that much because I was trying to find the video before we went on, but I couldn't find it. It was like months ago, where Trump basically said like, yeah, I didn't have anything to do with that, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. So it could be like the Tony thing where he's just like lying and saying that, but at least he did acknowledge it and denounce it like pretty early on. So
Project
would do to get rid of Social Security, or at
Project
least
25 is a political initiative published by American Conservative Foundation, and basically it's a plan to reshape the executive branch of the U.S. federal government in the event of a Republican victory in 2024. It is a mission to dismantle the federal government and place it with a vision closer to Trump's own. So I think that's why they're calling him a dictator. And
I know, but that's
how?
not. That's what are you reading off of Google?
Yeah.
You didn't actually find Project 2025, so that's a lie right there. Fact check.
Okay.
That's a goddamn lie. Because they're tying Trump in with it, but he has no, I mean, according to him, he has nothing to do with it. So that's like, what does it actually want to do? They're just saying that is echoing the left's talking points that Trump's a dictator. He wants to dismantle that's what you all hear all left people that are radical say. Trump's a dictator. He's a racist. He wants to dismantle the Constitution. It's like, no, that's what you have like brainwashed yourself into believing. And that's what you're saying Project 2025 does. Does it do, like, what am I trying to say? Does it do things that are very crooked and go against the Constitution? Yes. But does it say we're going to dismantle the entire Constitution? I don't know. I don't think so. But when you say that, those are two different, even though those go in the same vein of like terrible things we don't want to happen, they're two different things. Like, I don't know. It's just like, that's like saying taking away all the guns would be like just taking away the Constitution. Are both of those things bad and against the Constitution? Yeah, but they're not the same. So, what, like, there are actual, like, points about what Project 2025 is going to do, or, like, plans to do, but it's, I don't know. I feel like they're just glossing over it, like, way too much.
Yeah.
Because, like, what is it actually going to do? You like, they described, like, what its mission statement is, but they didn't provide any points to like actually prove that. And I'm calling bullshit on this one, because like back in the day, I did see something with like actual like points of what it was gonna be, and like that was just like a left talking point, bro. That's a little scary, honestly, bro. Because what if Trump has nothing to do with it, never co-signed, and they're just like putting that on him? I don't know. I just hate the way that was worded, bro. Like, that was ass. Do you like see that when you read it or not really?
I mean, it says over 100 disrespected organizations from across the conservative movement to take down the deep state and return to the government to its people. I mean, if this gets enough push to shove and Trump's, there, and
if he was gonna do that though, why wouldn't he do that the first time?
Because there wasn't enough like support for it or any movement for it. But now that
that's not true, dude. He got enough support to get elected. Why would he risk getting assassinated, not being able to win again, just dying of old age? Why would he risk any of that to not do it the first time? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, because usually on the first time you have to play it safe, but once you get in the second time, you can.
What if there was going to be no second time?
I mean, he's a confident man. I mean,
but he lost the second time, so it's like you don't know anything.
Well,
he didn't know he was going to get assassinated potentially.
Apparently, they rigged it. Apparently, it was rigged.
If he knew they were going to rig it, why? That's what I'm saying. If he thought they were going to rig it, what's going to stop him from rigging it this time? Why risk not being able to get in again? He might not even get in again. If you really wanted to be a dictator and fuck everyone down, you had your chance. He would have done it. People are just delusional, bro. They want to believe something, so they believe it. And that's scary. Well, I mean, that's no surprise.
I'm not saying he's gonna. I'm not saying he's gonna do this project fucking whatever 2025. I'm just saying if the people really want it and he just happens to be there right time, right place, he might just go through with it.
I doubt it.
I mean, shit. If I was president and people were offering me to give more power to the people, and it was a good way for us to change the government, then maybe I would go through with it. Or if it's a really good plan, if it's a really good project.
Yeah. What about Project 2020 with COVID? What about that? Nobody cared when they ran that project on us.
Yeah.
They already did that. How about that?
Yeah, they just might fucking.
What if Trump was part of that?
He probably was.
Okay, so I don't know. It's like he already did it once. It's just like I don't know. Everyone's so just like
Shit,
one-dimensional.
2025. Be ready, guys. Remember what I said. Buy a bunch of canned food. Fucking start farming. Fucking live your best life.
Yeah.
2025 coming soon. In theaters near you soon.
Oh man.
Your life is a movie, and
People
you're
just never get
in a
it.
fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
Fucking keep spending all your money on all those fucking snacks at the movie theater. That's how they make their money, right, LOG?
I mean, there's no movie theaters much anymore.
Yeah, just pirate your shit. Fucking Netflix and chill. No need to go to the movies.
I mean, yeah, that's people been on that.
Hookup culture.
I don't even think people are hooking up anymore, are they? I don't know. Maybe they still are. I don't really go out, so I would not be able to.
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel like that's even happening less, but I could be off with that. I know there's not that many good relationships, but that doesn't mean people aren't still hooking up. But I would argue that's even happening less. But like I said, I'm totally out of it when it comes to that. This is if they get a little off topic. Shannon tries to bring it back to the economy.
Touch on some specific things you would like to do to keep because the economy seems to be heading in the right direction, but the inflation, gas prices are extremely high, groceries are extremely high. This rent, I mean, it used to be when I was renting, they moved the rent up $40 a year. Now they're moving it up $400.
So let's talk about that. I'm glad you raised that. So for example, groceries, yes, the prices are still too high. You know it, I know it.
Yeah.
Part of my plan is to deal with price gouging. I did it when I was Attorney General. I'm going to do it as president, which is these companies that will jack up the prices of groceries to take advantage of people in need, and in particular during a crisis, like what you see around the pandemic or Hurricane Helene.
Yes. Milton.
Right?
Yes.
Milton, right? So there's that. In terms of housing, first of all, we know that Black families are 40% less likely to own their home. And we can go back to redlining. We can go back to policies that were by law or practice meant to not give Black folks equal opportunity to home ownership, especially in certain neighborhoods. We can go back to what happened around the GI Bill.
Yeah.
And when all those, the great generation we called them, came back, and there was federal policy to say, you all fought for our country, we're going to give you a boost around helping you buy homes. But those Black servicemen, and it was mostly men, those Black servicemen did not. So you had then a time when there was a boost. It ended up being not for Black service members. So part of my policy is to, one, create a
fair use.
Yeah, I missed what I was gonna talk about. Let's see. Let me go back.
less likely to own their home. And we can go back to redlining. We can go back to policies that were by law or practice meant to not give Black folks equal opportunity to home ownership,
Why is it
especially
always
in
about
certain
Black
neighborhoods.
people
We can
only?
Because she's Black and
Yeah.
she's talking to a Black guy.
But I don't give a fuck about that. What are you gonna do for me if I'm voting? You're talking about black this, black this, black this. I care about Black people, but if you're a president trying to tell me what you're gonna do for me, supposedly you're trying to own my vote, and you're just like black, 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 black. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Just like I don't give a fuck about Israel. What are you gonna do for me? Like nothing? I don't know, dude. It's like, and I don't know. I think she's gonna do it again. It gets to be a thing over and over. She makes it about race, and it's just kind of weird. And I don't know if you caught it it was in that clip. She talked about like watching out for price gouging, and that's a thing. And I just don't think that's the reason why the economy's bad at all. I don't think the people that are selling the groceries are just raising the prices and like laughing and making a little extra money. I think it's like a top down thing where the economy's messed up and everything's higher, so it just gets passed down. But
Well, you know when I think when they were fucking the eggs were going crazy, I
yeah.
think they definitely price gouged the eggs. But then again, supply and demand. There's a huge supply. It's hard to keep up with the demand, so you have to jack up the prices.
Yeah.
Which I understand, but it's all fucking crooked. I don't even know what to believe anymore when it comes to fucking groceries.
Yeah.
Is to, one, create a fund so that we will give a $25,000 down payment to first-time homeowners to just help people get in the
Why
door.
don't you do
We will
something
deal
to actually fix the market instead of just like putting a Band-Aid on it?
with the rent issue, because part of what we're seeing in Atlanta, in places across our country, is these corporations are buying up all these properties, which means then that they don't have to deal with
I've been
competition
saying
between
this
the
for a
properties.
while, and
And
I was glad to hear her say about this. This is the one of the things that she said that I actually did like, and I haven't heard Trump say. Like, the real estate game is getting fucking ridiculous because these corporations are like just getting out of control with monopolies, essentially. So that was something I like to hear her say.
jacking up rent costs. So it's about also going after that corporate gouging around what they're doing to buy up and then jack up the prices of rent. We also need to help people with small business ownership. I did, even before I was running for president, a tour, I called it the Opportunity Economy Tour, focused on black men
She
and
was
black
doing so good right there,
entrepreneurs.
talking about helping business owners, and then she had to make it about black business owners. Yet again, it was like, you were doing so fine. Can't you just include everyone and say, I just want to help business owners be like exclusively black? It's like, how do you think that makes everyone else feel that wants you to be like a president for everyone?
Yeah, at first I was like, okay, I can let it slide. But after like the fifth, sixth time, it's like, okay, what about the Hispanic people? What about the Indian people? What about the Asians? Like,
Yeah.
and
That's
like,
the
does she
second.
really
That's
even
the
want?
that's the second time that I've explicitly pointed out. There's going to be at least one more that I'm about to point out.
I've heard a lot of black people in YouTube comments talk about how they are voting for Trump instead of Kamala, and they're like, blacks for President Trump.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think they're definitely divided.
For sure.
Everybody wants to say he's a great businessman. Take a look at his record. I know that so many of our entrepreneurs who have great ideas don't have access to capital, but they have serious work ethic, great ideas, and a plan to do the work. So part of my plan is to increase access to capital, including giving $20,000
I don't know if that's a
forgivable
good or a bad
loans
thing, but it doesn't sound good.
for startup capital for people to buy the equipment.
Right.
And then to change the tax deduction, so whereas it is now $5,000 to make it $50,000 to start a new business, because nobody can start a new business
I don't
on
know if those two
$5,000.
things are good or bad, but I would be interested for someone that knows about money and businesses to kind of break down those two things.
And the direct benefit when we're looking at black entrepreneurs is
Wait, what kind of entrepreneurs?
$1,000 to start a new business, because nobody can start a new business on $5,000. And the direct benefit when we're looking at black entrepreneurs
Why does it
is
have to be specifically? Can't it just be everybody? That's specifically at least the third time where she's done that.
Madam VP, if you were to become president, what measures would you put in place to make sure Social Security benefits continue? Because there are reports that it could possibly be depleted by 2033. And there are estimated that 11,000 people turn at least 65 years of age.
I've been hearing
every
that Social Security
single
was going to be gone since I was like 18. So I don't know if it is, but it's just interesting that that's been a talking point for like 15 years.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if they got rid of Social Security.
Yeah.
crisis where they've already lost their loved one. But we also just have to understand on a macro level, we've got to require that billionaires and corporations pay their fair share, right? They can afford to. And that's part of what is the difference between me and Donald Trump. My plan is about tax cuts for small businesses, for working people, for middle-class people. 100 million Americans will benefit around tax cuts. My plan is that no taxes will be raised for anybody making less than $400,000 a year.
I like that
My
point.
plan
But I wish she would drop them, but she said she's not going to raise taxes for anyone that's making under 400,000. So that's good.
is that we give young parents a $6,000 child
Don't like
tax
that.
credit.
Stop giving these
Young
people with kids
parents.
money. Stop. Stop. We don't need any more kids. Stop. They don't need money.
But we want to have kids, Logan.
No. Jeez.
We want to bring them into this fucked up world.
No. So over it.
To help them pay for childcare, for a crib or a car seat. I know that the children of the community are the children of the community.
What the fuck does that mean?
The children of the community are the children of the community. I like that.
That is ass. Because there were back in the day, there were some children of my community that were the losers of the community. Not everybody in the community is the same. It's like, no, dude. Some people are the losers of the community. You don't want to hang out with them. It's like, bro. The children of the community, the children of the community. It's like, no. Whatever, bro. This is ass. It's typical Kamala fucking thing where she phrases, or she has a little like almost like a catchphrase or something.
You love Kamala.
Right. And I feel strongly about that.
You see right here, Shannon's gonna try to he's gonna try to frame a question to make it seem like Trump's racist, but he just can't quite get it.
Blacks for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
They
Blacks
feel
for
that
Trump.
Trump is better for the black.
That's what I just brought up earlier. That there's a really big movement.
That's a good point.
Black.
Right. And I feel strongly about that.
Blacks for Trump.
Oh, she fucking
They
like
feel
almost
that Trump
choked
is better
during
for the
that.
black
She couldn't
community.
take it right.
Can you
Yeah, she's like,
explain the Donald Trump's history with blacks? Where did this come that all of a sudden? I mean, it's been like this. Because a lot of people used to say, I'm Donald Trump of the ghetto, because he was, I mean, for a lot of blacks, not all, but for some blacks, he was, Madam VP, whether we want to admit it or not, he's revered by some blacks.
But here's the thing. The question for everybody, should he be president of the United States?
Okay.
Right? That's the question. Should he have the ability to sit behind the seal of the President of the United States when he says he wants to terminate the Constitution of the United States? You know what that would mean? In the Constitution of the United States is your Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable
Can
search
he
and
do
seizure.
that if no one lets him? It's like, does he deserve to be president? It's like, what does it even mean to be president anymore? And by the way, like, Trump can say and try to do whatever he wants, but if the people that are also around him do their job, the people in the government prevent the president from ever doing that kind of weirdo, wacko shit. If he says, I'm going to destroy the Constitution, there's people around him that can immediately like arrest him as soon as he actually tries to do something legally to get that done. You can't just fucking do shit like that. Like, there's people around you that are like, they're not doing their job if they don't fucking arrest you when you start doing that stuff that you're claiming you're gonna do. So like, it's one thing for him to just wildly say shit, which is also not good. But if he actually tries to like do it, there's so many people around him that are obligated to fucking stop him. Like, I don't know. It's just weird what people think. What do I think that's gonna happen? Trump's just gonna go fucking rogue and a bunch of I don't know. It's crazy.
yeah, if you think he's gonna take over the world.
Let's see.
Please ask folks to Google Project 2025.
Yeah.
He would get rid of the $35 a month cap on insulin.
Wow, that's the worst
we
thing
know
in
how
it.
many.
Oh man, read what you said earlier about Project 2025. What does it actually do?
That they're gonna fucking redo the executive branch and break it down and give it back to the American people. It is a mission to dismantle the federal government and replace it with a vision closer to Trump's own. That's crazy. That's off Wikipedia. So first of all, that is kind of bullshit. But the fact that that's like the first sentence,
It doesn't even say what that vision is, though. Like, what is his vision?
and then there's
So
a
weird.
secure the border, finishing the building wall, and deport illegal Asians, de-weaponizing federal government by increasing accountability and oversight of the FBI and DOJ, unleash American energy production to reduce energy prices, cut the growth of the government spending to reduce inflation. I like that.
See, I found
Make
a website
federal-
that said even worse stuff than that. So it's like, and it varies depending
Yeah.
on what website you go to.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Improve education by moving and control the funding to DC bureaucrats. And then ban biological males from competing in women's sports. That's the last thing they need to focus on. They need to focus on
And immigrants are taking black
like the economy and all the bullshit that's going on.
jobs. I don't know what those black jobs that they're taking. Can you elaborate on that? What the immigrants are taking? What black jobs are they?
It's just another example of him trying to divide and him trying to scare people. It's just another example of him doing that, of him trying to say it's either you or them, right? And the other thing is that it's incredibly demeaning because, and he still has not been forced to define, Donald Trump, what do you define as a black job? Because let me tell you what I define as a black job. Vice President of the United States.
Why don't you define it as president?
Right?
Because there's been a black person that was president, and that's what she hopes to be. So she could have just nailed it if she'd have been like, you know what I define as a black job? President of the United States. But she was so fucking dumb and ditzy. She's like, you know what vice president. I mean, it was still good, but it's like it could have just been a little better. You just didn't quite stick the landing. That's all I had from this one. There's about 20 more minutes, but I kind of tuned out at the end of it. There might be like one or two more things to watch, but that's all I had for the timestamps. So anyway, it was all right.
I sent you a little video about Reagan talking about this future government that Kamala or Trump wants to make. It's more focused on Kamala, but I mean, at this point, we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Now, one side in this campaign has been telling us that the issues of this election are the maintenance of peace and prosperity. The line has been used, we've never had it so good.
You know this guy was an actor before he was president, right?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a sham, dude. This is like Trump's dream. Wet dream.
He's a puppet?
Yeah, he's a puppet, dude. They plan everything, dude. This guy was like the white Obama, basically.
Oh, okay.
But
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Oh my goodness.
Makes it to president, the first female president, and I want to be able to say I was a part of that.
We cannot.
Can't everyone see that both sides are just as botted?
I have an uncomfortable feeling that this prosperity isn't something on which we can base our hopes for the future.
By virtually every measure, our economy is the strongest in the world.
And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in.
Also took on the issue of debt, which makes so many people feel like they can never get ahead.
We've raised our debt limit 3 times in the last 12 months. And now our national debt is 1.5 times
It was
bigger
already
than
bad back
all
then.
the
That's all this video was telling me.
debts of all the nations of the world.
I am certainly not perfect.
Yeah, I guess the world's always been shit.
Yeah, it's always been pretty bad.
So let's start there.
We have $15 billion in gold in our treasury. We don't own an ounce.
People feel real pain. But like Paul, we must remember that divine power works through our actions.
Foreign dollar claims are $27.3 billion.
It said that China has now surpassed Japan as the U.S. government's largest creditor, owning at least 10% of all U.S. debt.
And we've just had announced that the dollar of 1939 will now purchase 45 cents in its total value.
I have to stay woke. Like everybody needs to be woke.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars.
When you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
People think it's so hard that they control both sides. I mean, Jesus Louise. If there is a deep state, you think they would really let someone that they didn't want to win?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, come on, bro.
You don't have to watch the rest of that video if you don't want.
I'm glad for this to be over, bro. It's been fun covering it, but at this point, it's sad that people like get this into it. It's like whatever they ram down our fucking throats enough, we'll just take. Just like the COVID vaccine, just like the fucking election, just like they get the majority of people to fucking involve in it.
Yeah,
the majority of people probably believe in aliens instead of God. It's like they just get people to believe in like the worst stuff. If you think your government wants what's best for you, you haven't been paying attention, folks.
We're all fucked. 2025. Be ready for it. Start farming. Start getting all the cans, water. Start stocking up on ammo and guns.
None of that stuff really matters. If we're all gonna die, it's just about getting closer to God.
Start praying. Start reading the Bible.
That's the thing they don't want you to know. Just it's not about that. It's about like really like thinking about what you need to improve on. Everyone's like, "Oh, do this," get all weird. It's like I don't know. People just need to think about what they need to improve on and reflect and find their own way, because everyone thinks they have a dead set way that's gonna just get you there. It's like no one knows yet what the fuck to really do.
We're fucked, bud. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll definitely be covering it live on election night. I can't wait to see some tears.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna watch the election live?
Yeah. I can't wait to see somebody cry their fucking eyes out now.
Yeah.
Or I want, if Trump wins, you know how fucking horny he's gonna be. Or if Kamala wins too, she's gonna do that laugh. But I feel like it's gonna be way better if Trump wins. The people on the left are gonna be so fucking hurt, and Trump's gonna be so fucking horny. I love it.
Yeah.
The other way will be good too, but I feel like the people on the left are more, like a little
apparently
more
Civil
involved.
War.
Like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Apparently, Civil War is gonna go off. Fucking Kamala
so.
wins.
Nah. Who said that?
The whole the right wing.
I don't think they're even feeling that way this time. If they were cool after Biden won, why would they care more now?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The left is the one that's getting more and more riled up. That's the thing. They try to make it seem like the right ones are crazy. It's like, bro, it might have been like that in the beginning with Trump or something, maybe. But it's like, y'all keep pushing that when it hasn't ever seemed to be true. If the right wanted to get crazy, bro, there'd be a lot of people dead. The people on the left are just like fucking delusional. More like they both are, but the people on the left are just like a little bit more delusional. Like the people on the right are crazy. It's like, no, you're crazy, dude. And you're so crazy. If Kamala, you think they're like so hyped up, like, oh, there's gonna be a civil war if the people on the right win. It's like, no, they're not even. Or if Kamala wins, like, no one's even feeling that. You're the people on the left are bringing that energy, not the people on the right. From what I'm seeing, Trump's already lost. It's like if he was gonna, like, I don't know. I feel like they've had their chance to be crazy, but the people on the left steadily get like more and more crazy. And like honestly, I don't know. I'm surprised like that we haven't seen anything from Antifa this year, but that was a big thing last election cycle. It's weird. It's like they just do all this shit whenever at their fucking mercy, because there doesn't seem to be like some of this stuff doesn't have a pattern that seems realistic. It like ramps up and then it dies down. Then it ramps up. It's like Black Lives Matter was not genuine. We could see that. It's like if Antifa was genuine and it was getting more and more worse, then where's Antifa this election cycle? We've heard nothing about them. Where are the Proud Boys? The people that support Trump that are real crazy. They heard nothing of them. It's almost like it just got ramped up whenever they want it to. Like you would have thought when Trump, like these crazy left-wing people tried to assassinate him, you would have thought a bunch of Trump supporters would have gone crazy and rioted or done something crazy. Like with Trump getting shot at and stuff, no one's done anything to anybody on the left or any left people. And then like also with the assassination attempts, you barely see those. Well, actually, I don't watch the news, but I feel like they're not really covering those on the news like they normally would. Like nobody talk about that stuff. It's like why those should be like the biggest stories of the year. Trump
But
almost
it ain't.
but it's not really. It like happened and it was a little pop in the news and now it's over. It's like people almost maybe forgot about it. It's like, so how legitimate was it? How was his life really in danger? Like, how come he wasn't questioning a bunch of stuff after that? Or like, how come he didn't hire extra private security? And someone said that he does, but it doesn't fucking seem like it if that was able to happen. I don't know. I just have so many questions and so many things just don't really make sense if you really start thinking at them with a critical eye. They just want you to accept it at face value. Trump versus Kamala, who are you voting for? It's like, no, that's not what's going on, brother. They want everyone to just accept that it's that fucking simple.
Yeah, so many questions.
It's even more simple than that. That's all evil. How do you like that? It's complex to explain why that's true, but that's the real truth. They're all evil. That's it.
Fucked, bud.
It's not, but like voting, like people really believing in all that stuff is. And it's just mind blowing to me that people still do. It's like, I don't know, what keeps people from making the jump and like thinking about it differently. And you can tell people, and they could be even listen to what you say and be open to it, but that doesn't necessarily they're actually going to change the way they think. They could. Just...
Hey, it's 11:59. It's gonna go back an hour, guys. Shout out, time change.
That's this weekend.
Yeah, it's tonight. It's gonna turn 12. It's gonna turn to 11.
Okay.
Shout out all the overnight workers getting an extra hour in.
Hell yeah.
They're probably pissed. They're trying to go home and shit.
Yeah. They probably, I don't know what they do. Yeah, that's fucked.
Nah, I used to work for the Heb. And yeah, overnight workers. Some would complain. Some would love it. I mean.
Yeah. One extra
I mean,
hour
I wouldn't
on a paycheck. But
yeah. But you're fucking there for an extra hour. Just fuck.
Yeah. Well,
but sometimes they just like bullshit around.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're gonna crash out or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I think we pretty much covered it all. Unless you had something else.
You fucking had a lot to say tonight.
Yeah, I always do.
That's what's up. Spread the truth.
Yeah, don't be a fucking idiot. 2025.
Yeah, fucking stock up. 2025, go vote.
That doesn't matter. Did you hear what I was saying? Oh man, that's what I just said. One of the last things I just said. Like, I could say all these things, and then people are just gonna still go back to thinking what they're thinking, even if they hear it all and they listen and they're open to it. It doesn't mean they're gonna change their mind or change the way they're thinking. They're gonna go right back to, like, go vote, stock up. It's like, dude, did you just hear what the fuck I said? Oh,
we're fucked. We're fucked.
It's not about being fucked. It's about believing in yourself.
Mr. Joe Games, baby. Joey Flex, we out.
All right, man. Until next time, that's LOG and Mr. Joe Games, Joey Flex. Obviously, Mr. Joe Games from his channel and me from Where There's Smoke. This has been another discussion, mostly cover politics. And until next time, we appreciate y'all. We out.
Peace.
The normal individuals you meet in life every day. God has a mysterious way, or at least that's what everyone say.
I know a lot of y'all are saying, good things and well wishes and your prayers and support. But if you haven't voted, go vote. You need to vote. I mean, I'm only here telling you what I can do. But you have to. But without your vote, it won't become a reality. So I need your help. I need your support. If you haven't gone to vote, go vote. Pretty much, I'm trying to work for you. Get our citizens a place at the table. Make government open and work for you. I know a lot of people say, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and nothing seems to matter. I said, well, voting is a big part of what can happen and what can create better opportunities. But if you haven't voted, go vote.
They don't want the truth or nothing hard no more. They hoto, homo, fuck with me really. Do I need to paint the scene rojo? Either you or I, someone's gotta die though. Everyone's a hero in their driveway. I'm a villain on the highway. Fuck hoes, they blase. I'm trying to get like Sancho, Sauce, Central Texas. Slab lines looking like a goddamn parade. As the grains of sand slip through your hand. Time and experience is all that you have. When you gonna learn? Money don't make the man. And one more thing, money don't make you happy or free. Got it all, but lost your balls. So go ahead and vote so they can glow. Fuck on hoes and pull a hoax. Still believe that shit, your vibration's low. If God asked me who to let into heaven, wouldn't let your sorry ass go. It's a very hard no. Never did anything to improve, just let the lame life roll. The emperor is not as forgiving as I am. And I'ma do my goddamn LeBron dance after I hit a few threes like the Rain Man. Times and seasons change, but LOG ain't changing.
It's motherfucking game time. I don't need a Yo Gotti headband. Think I'm gonna forgive you if I ain't? Looks like no one's riding out if I ain't. Beautiful and a goddamn shame. I took all the weed and dumped out the beer and champagne. It's the big stepper, syntax rapper. Season you can't get with that salt and pepper. I knew since a young and me and mine was better. Can't touch us ever.
It's them syntax boys preaching about those final days. Got something to lay. Treat them like Jesus do. Offer up some Jesus juice. The truth will come out soon. Over the table, over some food. Treat them like Jesus do. Offer up some Jesus juice. The truth will come out soon. Over the table, over some food.
The emperor is not as forgiving.
Junkie going pretty boy.